you're starting to pay a big price then. And so at some point you have to think, and this is something I walk through with my clients all the time when they were trying to make a decision. Everyone looks at the costs of making a decision, but almost no one looks at the costs of not making the decision.
Is there something you've been wanting to start? Or maybe something you want to pick back up? A place you really want to visit? A friend you want to reach out to? Have you given any further thought as to why you've been putting this decision off? Through my own experiences, I realized that the most important decisions that I'm faced with, or the most meaningful endeavors that I undertake, usually bring about the most resistance. The videos that I felt have delivered the most important messages are usually the ones that are hardest to write. The morning runs or workouts that I need to do the most are usually the hardest to start. And after noticing this, I started asking myself why that is. Why do we feel so much resistance towards doing the things that we know can improve our life? Why do we tend to shy away from the things that would enable us to become better people? As I felt this resistance more and more often, especially when creating videos, it's occurred to me that the resistance that we're met with is usually just an indication that what we're currently doing is important, and that whatever is on the other side of that resistance is worth it. The internal questions and worries that usually come along when making an important decision are normal. Everyone has them. I'm sure you can definitely relate to this. The worries, the second guessing. We literally have decisions to make every day, and along with that comes reasons why we shouldn't do those things. Usually every morning, I'm faced with a decision to go on a run. Because I don't really like running that much, I'm always aware of the type of effort that starting this run is gonna take and how much it's gonna suck. Because of this, I'm much more likely to just say screw this and hit the snooze button. What I rarely take into account though is the cost of not going on this run. If I choose to go on this run, I endure at the most like 5 minutes of misery when I first start, and usually this just goes away. But if I choose to not go on this run, it can literally change my entire reality throughout the rest of the day. I feel sluggish and lazy pretty much the rest of the day, and not to mention how I'm gonna feel the next day knowing that I didn't do what I needed to do the day before. And I feel like this idea applies much more to just my morning runs. It applies to literally every decision that we make in our lives. What if every decision that we were faced with, we paid more attention to the cost of not making the decision? Have you ever thought about what your life would look like if you didn't pursue your passion? If you didn't visit the place that you've always wanted to? If you never called or checked up on that one person who's been on your mind? If you didn't create and release that one video? It's important to keep in mind that there's nothing positive about putting off your desires or shying away from decisions. There's this misconception that staying where you are is going to ensure you safety and comfort, when in reality, there's just as much risk involved in choosing not to pursue something. We all have a deep-rooted understanding of the person we could become, even if we can't quite envision it yet. As we go through life, along the way, we catch glimpses of who we could be and what our lives could look like, which is what continues to drive us forward. If we make a decision or choose to pursue something that's not all that we hope for, at least we're able to better understand the reasons why, and we can use this knowledge to help us reroute and make better decisions going forward.